You know, every once in a while I step back and look at this thing and think, dadgummit, it's finally starting to look like a real boat. But today, I messed up twice. First, the landing blocks turned out to be too big because of the angle. Then, while hammering the starboard side, I hit it too hard and split the port side at the bow. Me being the couillon that I am, I didn't get any good footage of the split. But don't worry, I'm going to figure it out. Let me show you how the first layer went on. As I'm getting this wood down, it takes me back to how excited I was when I bought it almost 4 years ago. I was so pumped when I got the plans that I started buying everything I thought I'd ever need. This Douglas fir has been through a lot. South Louisiana heat, hurricanes, storms, floods, dust from fairing the bottom, epoxy drips from glassing the sides. It's seen every step of this project. That's why I'm always worried about the surface. If I don't sand it and clean it and get all that gradu off properly, I risk a dry joint and potential disaster. Because it's been sitting in that hot shed for so long, I'm constantly thinking about how dry and brittle it's become, whether it's going to snap when I try and bend it around these radiuses. That's why the landing block concept gave me so many sleepless nights. I was trying to solve how to get this wood to land flat against a surface where the angle changes from the transom to the bow. So when I finally got that first piece on and it worked, I knew I had it figured out. Then as I made the scarf joint for the last piece and everything worked properly, I felt this big wave of relief. All that preparation, all the worry, I knew I had it licked. Got a stack of clamps there ready to go. Not every clamp that I have, but it's every clamp that I have that's not 24 inches long. So all in all, it went pretty well. Filled in all the thickened epoxy underneath the bottom. So now it's just ready. As I'm watching this footage, I remember how focused I was to get that bow joint tight. The port side was already in place, so I was fighting the wood with one hand and trying to get the clamps on with the other. It's a delicate step, so I was getting frustrated. I got a couple clamps on, then grabbed a hammer to tap it up tight. I was just lightly tapping, listening for that sound to change or feel it get solid. I never dreamed I'd hit it too hard. With my back to the bow, I didn't see anything. I just put the hammer down and went back to clamping. It wasn't until I walked around and started tightening the bow clamp that I saw it. The port side had split wide open. My stomach dropped through my feet. I thought I might have to start all over. Then I remembered, it's just wood and epoxy. I grabbed the draw saw, cut the starboard piece back, held the split open, packed it full of thickened epoxy, and clamped it back up. When I saw the squeeze out from both the top and the bottom, I knew it was going to be stronger than ever. Holy smokes, that was intense. But I didn't have much time to celebrate. The thickened epoxy was already kicking, and I still had to finish the whole side that night. Got all the clamps going all the way down again. And the same thing, you can see they're all perpendicular. They're just flush against there now. And I just run my skill saw down through there. And you see I got all my little blocks here. Just made some epoxy. And I used some medium hardener just so it'll go ahead and soak into that. And that'll tack up pretty quick. Here at the bow, we'll get some reference points. We'll have some epoxy, and so where this rub rail comes in here, it'll attach right there and that'll be bonded, and then we'll fill all that up. You know, once I got everything installed, it was a breath of fresh air to finally run the straight edge and see everything lined up properly. I wanted to keep pushing, so I stuffed those voids with thickened epoxy and kept moving. Then I had to deal with the frustration of those landing blocks that weren't designed quite right. I can't believe I screwed that up. I've kicked myself a few times over that for sure. But thanks to everything my dad taught me and what I've learned about power tools, trimming them flush was really straightforward. That helped put the mistake to bed. After it was all done, you know I spent 30 or 40 minutes just walking from one end to the other, squatting and standing, looking at it from every angle. The old girl had taken one more little step toward the shape I've dreamed of, and it was really starting to look like an actual skiff. That feeling made it a lot easier to keep working on it. It's been awesome being able to figure these things out and check them off the list. It's been a lot of lost sleep over some of this. But now that it's behind me, it's time to reload and keep pushing forward. As much as I've tried to plan everything out, I'm in a weird spot where I have to hurry up and finish the outside of the boat so I can finish the inside. It was definitely a mistake not painting the transom and sides when I had the chance, but I was doing the best I could at the time. Ever so slowly it keeps coming together. You have no idea the butterflies I get just thinking about what it will feel like when she slides off those trailer bunks and floats for the first time. That excitement is what keeps me coming back to the shed, and I'm more than ready to share it with everybody. Drop me a comment if you know how that feels.